guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Sonia. If this is your first time watching it, welcome. My name is Sonia and thanks for watching my channel. And if you're first time seeing my video, please subscribe. I always have fun and interesting stories to tell. Thank you, and please share to your friends. So we are back again to listen to Talk with Sonia, my birth story. Whew. Guys, my birth story was dramatic. It was dramatic. I'm going to be including videos to the story in between, so you guys can get it. Although when I plan to do show you guys how I packed my bag for labor. I plan to do a video of my bed. I planned everything. I even said I'm going to take ring lights to the hospital because I plan to have a vaginal delivery. I told my doctor, although my first baby was a C-section, I was like, I'm going to have a vaginal delivery this time around because I don't want to have another C-section. So C-section is hard, vaginal delivery is hard, I know, but I didn't want to have the C-section again because of the pain of recovery and all of that. So fast forward to, I think on Sunday the 6th. Okay, no, let's start from when my cervix wasn't opening. This was the same reason why I had a C-section with Gracie. Gracie was 42 weeks old, so I had to have an induction because this baby had to come out. The time has expired, so they did the induction and it failed. They did it twice. I think it was twice or 3 times, I can't remember anymore. So it failed. The baby was in distress, so I had to have an emergency C-section. This time around my cervix did not open at 39 weeks, and so my doctor already said once it's 40 weeks it's going to be a C-section because they didn't want to have another failed induction. So I think we tried to do a vaginal sweep at 39 weeks, and the cervix is not open still. It did not open at all. So I told my doctor that I'm tired. It's time for you to schedule this surgery because I can't. I'm very tired already. It's 39 weeks. Cervix is not open. So he told me, I think that was on Thursday. I see him every Thursday. So he told me that I should go. He told me that we should schedule the C-section for the next week, Wednesday, and I should go home between now to Wednesday, Thursday, Wednesday. It's like a week. Anything can happen between now to then. My cervix could open and I could go into labor. So we scheduled it for the Wednesday. I was so tired already. Like, the pregnancy was too tough, like I said before. So if you didn't watch my previous video, that's the time to watch it. So when I got home that day, that Thursday, the next day, Friday, I couldn't breathe. I was feeling uneasy. My chest was like beating fast, and it was tightening like this. It was just tightening and releasing. If I lie down, I can't breathe. If I sit down, I can't breathe. If I sleep, in fact, sleeping was not even an option. I was there thinking, I have an appointment on Wednesday to have. My husband wasn't around, first of all. So when I told me Wednesday, he now booked his flight for Wednesday. So it wasn't around. So I was like, it's not a big deal. Probably just something small. Should I have to, on Wednesday we'll soon get here. I would see the doctor. Friday happened. Saturday, same thing, was getting worse. If I lie down, I'm trying to breathe. And my mom was like, call your doctor, call your doctor. I was like, no, it's not a big deal. I don't want to go to the hospital. I was lazy. Sunday, my mom went to church and the same thing. It was really bad. I was even crying because I couldn't breathe. So when my mom came back to church from church and she saw it, she was like, no, let's go to the hospital. Why are you playing with your life? That was the I said I don't want to go and start waiting. I beg. In fact, I even told my mom, okay, let's go and buy corn first. If we go and buy corn and come back. Mom was like, sure, you can't breathe. You can't even sit. You can't breathe. You're talking of corn. Let's go to the hospital first. So I was like, okay, now. So I decided to go to the hospital. And I think I called my doctor, and then he was like, there's nothing he can do until he sees me. I can only explain, but he doesn't actually say what's actually wrong. So I should come and they will see what's going on. So I went to the hospital that day, and when it got to my turn, the nurse wanted to take my vitals so that I can wait and see a general doctor because my doctor is not on sit on Sunday. So the nurse came in and she started taking my vitals. There was time for her to check. My heart was just racing fast, and she was asking me that, why is your BP up? Are you okay? What's going on? I was just I was just like indifferent. I was like, I just can't breathe. I don't even know why. So she just put the, there's this, I can't remember, it's to check your baby's the stomach to hear your baby's heartbeat. There was no heartbeat. And normally, once they put that stuff, my baby's heartbeat is always so loud and it's blah, 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 blah. In fact, the minute she put the gel in my stomach to put it, my baby usually kicks that stuff because they always disturb him. He always keeps kicking it off. And the doctor will be like, this boy is always fighting me. Oh. Immediately, they checked, no heartbeat. So I saw the look on her face. I knew she was worried, but me, I felt like this one is probably. I've never seen that nurse. I said probably doesn't even know what she's doing. It's not the nurse that is always at my doctor's office, so she probably don't know how to use it. But I saw she was worried, so she went to the general doctor and they moved my file to the front because there were a lot of people that was there before me. They moved my file to the front and the doctor called me in immediately. So that was when I started to panic because I knew that, okay, I felt like something was wrong. And so he put the stuff again in my stomach, and there was no heartbeat at all. They tried for a couple of minutes trying to look for the heartbeat. There was no heartbeat. Another doctor came in after like a few minutes to check again. Nothing. So they had to now call my doctor. They asked me, where is he? Is he closed? He's like, yeah, he just goes from church. He's coming. And he came by and he tried. No heartbeat. Hey! At this point, my legs are already shaking like this. Even though I was forming Jagaban, I was like, I knew my baby is fine. Although, yes, I knew. Yes, I knew. Because it is not my portion that I will carry full term and then have a dead child or stillbirth. I'm not being insensitive. I'm really sad, and I'm sad for any mom who had to go through it, because that is the saddest thing that can happen to you. But I know that it will not be my story. I knew it because it is not what God told me. God has shown me my son. So I knew that it is not my story. I already saw a little boy. I said, I will not, I refuse to accept it. So I was panicking, yes, because it's the normal human nature. However, I knew that it will not be my story. I was panicking because of how everyone was panicking. It was causing me to panic. So my doctor now started asking them, told me to get up, move, and scream at them to open the scan room, and they did the scan, and this guy was not moving. They finally did it, and then they now saw a little bit. The scan room now produced like it was just small, faint heartbeats. So he just started, oh yeah, there she starts. There's an emergency C-section. They need to remove the baby. Blah blah blah. Not everything was on plan. Me that was saying that after the hospital, probably they'll give me drugs to calm my nerves. I'll go and eat corn. My hospital bag was not packed yet. I was saying I was going to do packing. In fact, that was my biggest mistake. I don't know why I was lazying up, because we're told in the hospital to start packing up from 36 weeks. I knew I was already full time. I don't know why I did not pack my bags. So they went to my mom. They told my mom to quickly go and bring. I even came with Gracie. My mom had to drop Gracie at home, hurry up to bring my bag. They're waiting for my mom. They was preparing the theater. Everything was just rushed. That's when I made this video, guys. So I don't know if I'll have the time to make this video again. So I'm going in for an emergency C-section because I can't hear my baby's heartbeats. So it's now or never. I will explain everything later, but I just felt like I needed to do this video where everything is fine. I know that it's something that's supposed to scare me, but I'm not scared because I did not carry my baby up to full time to start struggling to hear heartbeats, or to now have a dead child. God forbid, it's not my portion. The devil is already there. I know that everything will be fine, so I'm not even worried at all. They're trying to get ways to remove my nails, and I'm waiting for my mom. She went to rush bring my hospital bag. You know, the funny thing is, when I was coming here, I came because my chest was tightening and I couldn't breathe. And when I was coming, a voice, let me not just say a voice, someone said the Holy Spirit told me to repack my bags, my hospital bag, but I didn't listen. I didn't even know that this was going to be the consequence of not listening to him. I wasn't understanding. Like, I knew what was going on, but the whole rush, it brought some sort of cold inside of me. So they came to, like, to put this catheter into me, and somehow my vein got ruptured, and then I started to bleed. There was blood everywhere, all over the floor. I think that blood that I saw at that time already, I was like, is the devil trying to kill me? Why is everything going wrong? I was already scared. So my mom finally came, they wheeled me to the theater. I don't have any of the videos of all those things. When I got there, Jesus Christ, for some reason, because I was in labor in Grace's time, for some reason it felt so raw to me. I saw all the surgical equipment, the room was so cold, there was just a lot of strange people there. I felt so cold, like I felt like, am I going to die? In fact, I thought I was going to die. Something was just off inside of me. I didn't feel comfortable. I felt down. I don't know the feeling the words to use to express those feelings I had that time. I was scared. I think that was the word. And you would think that for a person who has experienced C-section before, I would be very feel at ease. I won't be scared, but I was scared. As in, I was extremely scared. I was uncomfortable. I didn't know. I was shaking up. Yeah, I think that's the word. So they asked me which songs they played for me. Everyone was trying to put my nerves down. My BP went off the roof. So they were trying to make sure I calm down first. So they were just prepping me. Immediately that stuff touched my back. Then they use cotton wool to clean your back first. My body started shaking because I don't know why I was so scared of this surgery. I think a part of me was scared because of how everyone was just in a rush, plus how everything was just an emergency. We didn't know the fate of the baby. The heartbeat was faint. Even at that time, I was thinking, like, I was just praying in my heart that, well, I hope the baby doesn't die, because of the comments that they were making. Like, everyone was just tensed up. So I think that was why I was scared. The whole environment was tensed up. Unlike Grace's, that even though she was in distress and her heartbeat was faint as well, but at least because there was a reason, because I've labored for long and they knew that the baby was fine. But this one, there was no guarantee. They didn't know if the baby was fine. So that's how the surgery started. Let me just skip all the other extra. And you know how it is. It's really fast to bring out the baby. It's just this what's it called, this is sealing in the after the baby that takes long. And they brought out the baby. When the baby brought out the baby was breached, and he used this placenta to tie up his neck. I think that was why I couldn't breathe, because he couldn't breathe. It was scary, and he didn't cry immediately, so they rushed him out, and I didn't get to see him. I didn't know if he was fine. They were sending me up and everything, so I was shaking. They just showed me that, look at your baby. It was really fast. Like, they just said, okay, calm down. Everyone was just telling me, calm down, calm down, calm down. He's fine, fine. And at that time, I was even thinking that they were lying to me just to make me calm. And after everything, they just like sewed me up, obviously. And no, it was funny. Even at that situation, people were even one of the I think the anesthetist, I don't know how it's called. He was talking about my weight. How, look at my lap, I'm so overweight. See, some men, imagine saying that to me at that kind of crucial moment. He can't even show me mercy that I'm scared. He's talking about I'm fat, look at my lap. Me said I wasn't even paying attention, because I don't have that time to be offended. And it was just, I felt naked, that experience, because there was no loved one. I was scared. People were making awful comments about my body, and my body was in the worst condition it could ever be. I just felt naked. I just felt like, no, they should allow a loved one there. I would have appreciated if my mom was in with me. I would have appreciated if I could hold her hands. There was nobody's hand I could hold. Even at Grace's surgery, I was holding the nurse's hand, because that nurse was already like helping me all throughout when I was laboring the whole day. So I was holding her hand. She was comforting me. It felt like a familiar, friendly face. Unlike this one, I didn't know any of the nurses. I didn't know any of the, because I think it's probably because it's on Sunday, and all the regular ones that I knew that was on duty, they were not there. So it was just a very, even though they did try to do their best, but it's not enough. They really need your loved one in that surgery. They need to find a way to make it happen in Nigeria. It has to be it has to be part of the process. Nobody deserves to feel how I felt at that time. So yeah, afterwards we took me to the room. Truly, my baby has been put together. He's now fine. He was just sleeping. been able to carry my baby, and this is here disturbing me. Nobody to look after her. It's just crazy. I'll give you guys update later. No. Oh, you bought Pepe. Why did you say I became black? This yellow boy. No black, I'm mad. Whew. The way I'm telling the story now, it doesn't have that shock value that it had when everything was happening. It was tough, it was hard. I'm just grateful to God that everything went well, regardless of how. I remember my doctor was saying if I had stayed home for another 30 minutes, a baby would have probably died. And I was home doing nothing. Pregnant women, if you feel pain in your finger, go to the hospital. I'm begging you. I would have never forgiven myself if I allowed negligence, because I was dismissing my feelings, make me lose my baby. I would have never forgiven myself, especially because of how he fought from the beginning to this point. My baby is a fighter, and that is why I named him Cairo. He's a fighter. He fought to be here, and I know that children like that, they have the greatest destiny. That's why I named him Orodena, the one with a great destiny. I knew that the devil does not fight an average destiny. It has to be a great destiny for him to, for all the struggles that had to happen for him to be here. I just want to thank God. Papa, thank you. I want to thank God because it happened well. I have no tears in my eyes again. If I told the story when I just gave it, I would have been crying. That's why I waited. I waited till almost 2 months before I can tell the story, because I wanted to tell the story with testimony in my lips and happiness, because that's the only thing that is allowed. I should be happy. Thank you guys so much for watching. Now I'm going to have a shocking reveal at the next part, so please watch the next part of this video. Thank you.